Let's talk about this and more with our CNN political contributors, the Democratic strategist Donna Brazil and the Republican strategist Alex Castellanos. Guys, thanks very much for coming in. What do you think, Alex? I'll start with you about the president's going out there to the Middle East right now, giving this speech, and on the eve of the speech, we hear from bin Laden. This can't be some sort of coincidence.
You know, it's actually helpful politically to the president because there's a concern: is he being tough enough on the Islamic extremists, I think, who are out to get us? And when you're attacked by Osama bin Laden, that says you must be doing something right. And I think the president here is exploiting a schism in the Muslim world. You know, the extremists, the recidivists that want to say they can't coexist with us and must destroy us. And I think the majority of the Muslim world that says, hey, yes, we can. And Republicans are making a mistake, I think, by denying him the opportunity to get out there and see if this works. He's putting himself in a position where he's got to produce results. We're going to see if he comes back, if the Islamic world, if the Arab world is going to say, yes, we're going to stand up against the extremism within ourselves. We're going to try to starve Iran's economy. We're going to work with you in words and deeds. We're going to recognize Israel's right to exist. If he comes back with results, he should be lauded, but it's bold of him, and we ought to give him a chance to do that.
It does the bin Laden audio tape, and we assume it's authentic, although the CIA is still confirming, apparently, the voice on that recording. When he does this, it sort of makes it clear that, you know, the president's going to be speaking to the Muslim world, but bin Laden is speaking to the Muslim world as well.
Well, bin Laden is clearly concerned that the president will become someone that is trusted in the Muslim world. And I think this is a very important opportunity for the president to lay out a clear picture of what's at stake in fighting al-Qaeda and the radical elements of Islam, as heard from bin Laden and his other compatriot yesterday, Mr. al-Zawahiri. I can't pronounce it.
Ayman al-Zawahiri.
Thank you. I want to call him something else, but trust me, this is TV. But look, the president has to go out tomorrow and tell the Muslim world that we do seek a new beginning. That's what he said in his inaugural address. I think that's the message the president will seek tomorrow. But we also seek our allies in helping us in his ongoing campaign to ensure that al-Qaeda is defeated, destroyed, and disrupted.
All right, let's get back to another high priority for the president, health care reform. He's being criticized right now pretty severely from Republicans and a lot of other critics, the editorial page of the Wall Street Journal. But on one issue, whether or not to tax health care benefits, the president seems to have revised his stance going back to the campaign, because this was a commercial that was done on October 30th, 2008, only days before the election, and going after McCain.
He wants $4 billion in new tax breaks for big oil and would tax your health care benefits for the first time ever. Look behind you. We can't afford more of the same.
Hi, those were powerful commercials, and now there's some indication, not only some Democratic members of the Senate and the House think it's a good idea to start taxing benefits, health care benefits, insurance benefits along the lines of regular income, but the White House is leaving that door open as well.
It turns out that a lot of Democrats should have been in that rearview mirror, and possibly even President Obama, too. What's changed? Well, the election's over. And what's changed? They're spending record amounts of money in Washington, frightening amounts. And health care is going to be hugely expensive, so they're going to start breaking every piggy bank in town, and so those old campaign promises may just not mean as much. But, you know, we're seeing two very different health care alternatives evolve here. The old top-down Democratic establishment is putting down their Washington knows best proposals. Republicans are coming up bottom-up open proposals where doctors and patients get together. And so this is not set in stone by any means.
You see the president flip-flopping on this issue of taxing health benefits that your employers give you?
I think the president, as well as the Democrats and others, are struggling to come up with the right way to finance this important initiative that he is now urging the Congress to pass. I don't know if the president will, in fact, reverse a campaign promise, but what I do know, Wolf, is that with 46 million Americans without health insurance, 14,000 people losing their insurance, the Congress should act, and they should act quickly.
We got to leave it there, guys, because this conversation is only just beginning.